Hey everyone, welcome back to Car Vibes, your go-to channel when we talk about the freshest, boldest rides hitting the pavement. Today we've got something seriously exciting, the all-new 2026 Chevrolet Nova SS, a modern take on a muscle car icon that blends heritage, performance, and tech in one potent package. Strap in, because we're diving deep into what makes this car tick, from the engine roaring beneath the hood to the cabin, where you'll actually spend your time. Let's get started. First off, let's talk legacy. The Nova name carries some serious history at Chevrolet, and the SS badge has always meant something special: high performance, driver, focus, and that unmistakable American muscle identity. So when Chevrolet announced the 2026 Nova SS, it was clear this wasn't going to be a meek homage. They're aiming for a full-on return to form, updated for the modern era. What that means is a car that looks the part of a muscle legend, but plays by 2025 style rules of tech, comfort, and performance. Under the hood of the 2026 Nova SS, you'll find a naturally aspirated V8, depending on the source. Either a 6.5-liter engine or a 6.2-liter version. But either way, we're talking serious horsepower and torque numbers. One article reports around 500 horsepower and 600 newton-meters of torque from a 6.5L unit. Another source claims about 650 horsepower and 600 pounds FT if you go with the 6.2L variant. On performance, 0-60 miles per hour times are reported in the low 3-second range, around 3.2 seconds in one version. What I take from that is, this car isn't messing around. Whether it's the lower or upper spec, you're getting muscle car punch that rivals even supercars that power is backed by modern hardware. You've got rear wheel drive, a choice of manual transmission for purists and an automatic option for daily usability. The suspension, braking, and chassis systems all reflect the fact this isn't just for straight line blasts. It behaves well, and it's engineered to do so. For example, one write-up mentions Brembo brakes, limited slip differential, and modern suspension tech. So you'll get that classic muscle look and engine roar, but also the kind of handling and refinement you demand in 2026. Moving on to design, the 2026 Nova SS honors the shape and spirit of its predecessors. With long hood, wide stance, muscular fenders, and a short rear deck cues that scream classic American muscle. The front fascia gets a strong presence with dual LED headlamps, bold mesh grille, and prominent SS badging. The rear is no afterthought. Quad exhaust outlets, LED taillights, big alloy wheels, 20-inch or more, and possibly some carbon fiber touches, especially in performance-focused trims. Inside, the cabin blends retro flavor with modern execution. You'll find leather sport seats with unique stitching, flat-bottom steering wheel, brushed aluminum accents, and digital performance displays. The infotainment system is modern day. Large touchscreen, smartphone connectivity, performance telemetry, lap timer, G-force, etc. One source mentions a 12.3-inch screen with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and full connectivity. It's that perfect mix of old-school charm and tech-era convenience. Let's talk about the driver experience. You fire up the V8, and you're greeted by that deep, authoritative growl only a big naturally aspirated engine can offer. Launch control and multiple drive modes are reportedly part of the package, so you can tailor it for everyday driving, spirited runs, or track days. One article mentions a full suite of driver, assist, and monitoring tools. Adaptive cruise, blind spot detection, lane keep assist, 360th cameras, all the modern safety and convenience bells and whistles you would expect. The car is clearly built not just for exhibition, but for real-world use. From an enthusiast standpoint, this is a brilliant proposition, a raw muscle feel big V8 manual transmission option, and strong performance numbers without sacrificing usability. The design keeps it unmistakably Chevy muscle, yet the engineering ensures you're not locked into old-school compromises. Whether you want to cruise city streets in style or haul ass down the strip, the Nova SS promises to deliver for global markets. There are hints about availability. One article says production is slated for mid-2026, with deliveries perhaps by late 2026 and international markets. Following in early 2027, pricing is less firm. But the speculation points toward a starting global MSRP of around $65,000, or equivalent in local markets, for the base spec. Of course, if you're in Pakistan, like many of our viewers, import duties, taxes and logistics will impact the final price significantly. Now, from a Car Vibes perspective, if I were behind the wheel, here are some things I'd be keen to test. First, how the manual transmission version feels. Does it preserve the longing for real driving engagement? Can you modulate throttle, clutch, and shift to extract the full character of the V8? Second, how comfortable is it on daily drives, around town, traffic, rough roads, something especially relevant for markets outside the US? Does the suspension strike a good balance between comfort and sharpness? Third, how the tech integrates with the driving experience, performance screens, drive modes, connectivity, and whether it stays intuitive or becomes too gimmicky. Finally, given the big engine and likely high running costs, what the real ownership experience will be: fuel economy, servicing, parts availability especially outside the US, and whether the muscle car mystique holds up long-term. In terms of competition, the 2026 Nova SS is entering a space where muscle cars and high-performance coupes are stronger than ever. It's going up against models that emphasize either drift track capability or all-out speed, but Nova's advantage is its blend of nostalgia, raw power, and present-day readiness. For a car lover who wants character and presence as much as performance, it's definitely one to watch. From styling to sound to performance, it carries traits you can't fake. Wrapping up, the 2026 Nova SS looks like it takes a storied nameplate and gives it the 2020's upgrade it deserves. It's bold, loud, fast, and charming. If you love the idea of a modern muscle car with proper V8 bark and heritage roots, this could well be the car for you. For our Car Vibes audience, it ticks the boxes: design that turns heads, performance that thrills, tech that keeps you comfortable and safe. So if you're excited about the 2026 Chevrolet Nova SS, smash that like button, subscribe if you're new here, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss our deep dives and test drives when we get our hands on one. Let us know in the comments. Would you prefer the manual version or the automatic? What color would you choose? And do you think this Nova SS will live up to the legacy? Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, keep those engines roaring, and we'll see you on the next one.